Okay, this is Port Washington's Google Apps for Education cohort through Stony Brook University. Um, Bill Holman, the instructor, and all of our participants, along with Jackie Gilmartin, who's the TA for the class. Thanks for coming, everybody. I appreciate it. I know it's been a while since we've actually seen each other. First, I think everybody's done a fantastic job of basically not only responding to all the information in the Hangouts, in the Blackboard, but also helping each other with the information when you guys get stuck. It's made it fun for me to read and watch all of you grow. Jackie and I talk about it all the time with our other instructors, and so I don't think that whoever takes you from here on out will have a bad experience with any of you. It's been an actual pleasure, and I appreciate that. And it makes it much easier on me. So there's tons of stuff I'm going to give you, and a lot you're going to have to digest. Next week we are not going to have class. I'm going to give you the week off. And then we're going to come back, and then we have, what, 3 weeks left, I believe? 8, 9, and 10. So week 10 is actually going to be a face-to-face. So we are going to have a bunch of stuff for you to do over those next couple of weeks. So the first thing is that all of us should be finished or at least completing the modules by week 8. At the end of week 8, everybody should have all of your modules completed up to Unit 13. If you haven't, you're going to have the week to catch up, and that's a good thing. Don't look at it as a bad situation to be in. And I know that I think it was it you, Doug, that had the issues with the little check marks not showing up or something like that?
Yeah, nothing showed up.
Yeah. I don't think it really matters. Thinking about it, I believe the only issue that may come up is that it may not allow you to take the test, but I think it will. And the reason why I say I think it will is because it's a third-party vendor that administers the test.
Well, I legitimately did the training and everything, and then I went back and I just put not real answers in, and it gave me credit.
Okay.
Just to let you know.
Yeah, no, that's fine. I just, I'm sure that you've been keeping notes for yourself.
Yes.
And I have more information to discuss with you, all of you, about the taking that test. So what we discovered. Another instructor took the test, and I've had one person pass the exam already from another class. They stated that it wasn't extremely hard, was not difficult, and that you get up to 3 hours, as they said. And they also thought, Don, the other guy, the other instructor that Jackie and I work with, said that he thought you could pause it for a little bit. You do have to do it in front of a camera, because apparently they take your picture occasionally to make sure that you're the only one taking the test. What they recommend is that if you are going to do this, and remember, this is not a prerequisite for this class. If you choose not to do this, that's fine. You do not have to do it before the end of this class to pass this class. And you could do this, if you feel like you want to wait until Christmas break, you could do it then too. The only thing that we would love to have is that if you are going to take it and you pass it, that you at least let us know that you passed it. That would be nice, just so that we can, say yay back to you in an email. There's a place called Criterion. That's who you're going to register through. I don't know if I can post. Let me see. I'm going to post that for you. It's this is who you're going to log on to. in the account to create an account. Okay? And then you are going to go to this account, and this one's the one that actually administers the test. So there's two URLs there. The top one is where you can create the account, and the second one is where, or vice versa, I forget which one. But I know one of these you need to register, and the other one is probably where you register to take the test. And when you do that, you're going to do it for educator level 1. You're going to pay the $10, and then it could take 1 hour to have them send you back a response, or it could take up to 48 hours. It usually isn't going to take 48 hours, but don't worry. You don't have to start the test that day or within that 2 days of time. You can start that test and within 7 days. So you have time and you don't have to panic. Okay? Let me see what else we got here. There are 25 true and false questions. Most of them are based on the same questions that you learned in the unit exams at the end of each module. And there are practical components to it as well. So I know that within some of those units they asked you to do something, whether it was in sheets or it was in docs or slides. They may have you do something similar in the exam. So it's a performance-based type thing. Okay. The other part is if you fail it, don't worry. They let you take it up to 3 times. The retake policy for them is that you can register the second time after 14 days. And if you fail it the second time, they let you register it 60 days after that. Then if you fail it the third time, you have to wait a whole year, which sounds kind of ridiculous to me. If they want you to become a Google certified educator, why they would make you wait a year, but that's their policy. So, like I said, you do not have to take this test. It's not a prerequisite to passing the class. I think it's a nice thing to have if you want to see that you can get that Google Educator exam and get past it. I think it's just a great thing to have. I think all of us could probably pass it. Okay. Any questions on that before we move forward? Okay. Hold on.
Oh wait, Bill, I'm
Yeah.
sorry, I have a quick question.
Yeah, go ahead.
I noticed on a couple of when you had to type in a response on I guess the unit assessments, that they were very specific about what they want. Will this be the same way, that if I leave out one word, or leave out a letter, that it completely picks up on it and says I did it wrong?
I think it does.
Okay.
And I know that when I did that and I left, if I didn't say the particular word, or I spelled something incorrectly, or the way they didn't think it was correct, it gave a wrong response. So yeah, I think they're going to have it exactly the same as the way that you did those unit exams at the end of each module.
Okay. All right, I was just curious, because a couple of times I know I had it kicked back to me, and I thought I spelled it right, then I realized I had an A instead of an E type thing, and I should work on my spelling, but...
Yeah, no, I do believe that they get a little hung up on things like that. And they're not going to tell you whether you get it right or wrong right there, and probably when you finish the test, they're not going to tell you either.
Right, okay.
That's, something that Google does, that as educators, we tell our kids what we get wrong so they don't get it wrong again, and they don't do that. Maybe in the future, maybe they'll change their their way of that. Okay, the next thing that you're going to get, not the week after, well, week 8, I believe, it's going to be a Google case study. The difference between the case study is that you have to make a choice, and the choice is, are you going to become a Google certified trainer, or are you going to take the path of just a Google teacher where you learn the material but don't get that trainer badge? So the difference between the two is, one, let me share my screen with you and I can share this document with you so that you could see what Google is asking for. Okay. So you see on the screen, this is the case study, and on week 8, you're going to get this document, and number 1 is the only thing that we're asking you to fill out. Now, the name of the school is simple for you guys. It's your school. Challenges that your school may be trying to address, if there are any. Every school is trying to overcome some kind of digital challenge, whether that's safety, collaboration, integration, something. And the basis of engagement with you is what you know, how you are actually delivering the training to others. So in what way? Is that face-to-face? Is it online? Is it through professional development? They want to know. And then reference contact for the training sessions. So you may not be able to fill that out right now. You may only be able to do the first couple of pieces of that. We don't need anything for 2, 3, and 4 right now. You don't have enough. But over the next 2 sessions, you will have enough to complete this entire study, which is part of the application process if you choose to become a trainer. Okay? The other document that I have up here at the top is a Google integration project, and this is something that we've created to kind of mirror the trainer program. So you're going to fill in number 1. You do not have to do both of these. All right, I want everybody to understand. If you're going to become a trainer, you're going to fill out the trainer document. If you're going to go through the Google integration project, you're going to fill out that one. Nobody's going to care which one you do. We don't. What we know is that at the end of the 3rd class, you will become proficient enough in Google that you'll have integrated all those tools into lessons, and at the end, you know, you're basically going to create a screencast of a lesson that was the best, you know, lesson that you did, that you can showcase student work. You know, you can reflect on how it's changed, or, you know, examples of what it was like before you used Google to after you used Google. How could you make it more effective? You know, so there are lots of things in here that you can will learn and take away from it, which we hope will also enhance your lessons from here on in. Is there anything I missed on that, Jackie, that you can add maybe?
No, I think you covered everything on there pretty well.
I mean, you know, when Jackie's group, we had 15 people, 10 of them chose to do the integration project and not become trainers. What's the difference between a trainer and an integration, you know, teacher? Well, the trainer is training individuals, and it doesn't have to be only at their school. You know, I went for the trainer, and I never thought I'd be actually doing this at the college level. I thought I would only be doing it at my school, and that's as far as I would go. So lucky for me, but that may still hold, you know, a door open for one of you to do that. Plus, you can also do Hangouts and train other people. It doesn't have to be just in your school. All those things would count towards training. You could train interdepartment. You could train based on your grade. You could train during staff development days. There's lots of opportunities. It's just a matter of putting that together, keeping track of those things, and then retaking the tests every 18 months. So you're going to have a taste of those tests in the third class from March on, when you do the third component of this. That's when you'll take your Google Sites test, your Google Calendar test, your Google Drive test. And there's a couple others that you have to take. So it's different than the educator exam test that you're going to be taking if you choose to do that in the next couple of weeks. Okay? All right, let's go back to here. All right, so any questions that you guys might have about the case study or the integration project? Awesome. You guys
So
are good.
quiet.
They're good. Jackie, they're just good listeners.
Yes.
I love that. All right. Okay. Last class, we are going to be together for about an hour and a half, and then you guys are throwing me a party, I heard. So that's awesome. I can't wait. Bring lots of tinsel. Pat says he's bringing the eggnog. And then, no, I'm kidding. No, what we're going to do is you are going to choose an app, an extension, or an add-on. On week 8, I'm also going to have you do one of those as a smackdown. And you'll see what I mean. It's a fun activity. It's not meant to be a doldrum. With that being said, you're not going to be able to do the same one for the last class presentation, because I know many of you have more than one that you would like to share. Here's where it gets a little interesting. There's 15 of us in the class, or 16 of us, and when the Google slide that I'm going to have you do that Smackdown, the app Smackdown, you can't do the same one as anybody else. Okay? So that gives us 16 different apps, extensions, or add-ons that we could choose from. Now, there are literally thousands of them. And you are probably going to choose the ones that we've talked about the most in the class, and that's okay. And tell us how you're going to use those in your department or in your class. So we're going to ask you to do the same thing for the last class, but you're going to present it to all of us face-to-face. That's all. Okay? So I will allow you to, any way you want to choose to present that. If you want to do a screencast, a Google slide, a Powtoon, I don't care what you put it in. Present it in a way that it is a good use for your department, your class, or whatever you may be doing in education and how that works. Any questions about that part? Okay, so you're really going to be doing it twice for me. Week 8, you're going to be doing it. We're going to do it as a group. And then week 10, you're going to do it face-to-face. But not on the same apps, that's all. Okay? So that is, I believe, it. Our last hangout's going to be, our last face-to-face is going to be December 17th. Jackie, do we have Weber, and we're in at what time? 4 o'clock? 3:30?
Usually we meet at 4, but I don't know if we can all get there at 3:30. That everyone would probably be happier about that.
Well, I could be there. Agree? I could be there at 3:30. So
all right, so if we could go for 3:30, I don't know. Our friends from Herrick's, can you guys make it there by 3:30?
I can.
Yeah, that should work as long as I don't think we have meetings on that day. I have to check.
What day of the week is that?
It's a Thursday.
That's
Okay.
yeah, that might be a problem. We have to check our schedules to see if we have a meeting.
Okay. Worst case is it's going to be 4 o'clock. I mean, we can't, do it too much later than that. As a start, it shouldn't take more than an hour and a half to 2 hours to complete. Okay.
Yeah, we usually don't have meetings the Thursday before the Christmas break, but I
Right.
guess we'll have
Right.
to get back, right?
Right. Most of us probably won't. All right. So I do want to go down the list here just to make sure that Elizabeth says 3:30 works for her. What I'm going to do with the Hangout, Liz asked how she can she watch it afterwards. What I'm going to do is this, when I finish broadcasting this, it gets put in my YouTube channel, and then I can post a link where it is in Blackboard where it says the Hangouts. So I'll put that there, and you can watch me or us again, and hopefully you don't hear all my ums. It's an awful thing.
Oh, look at the baby.
Really points out the fact that you say it a lot. So I'm trying really hard tonight not to do that. And that's about it. That's all I have. If anybody has any other questions and I've missed something, please don't, be afraid to email Jackie or I, and so we can fix that problem.
I think I just got an email from, I don't know if you guys subscribe to the Guru and the site that they do all kinds of Google tips. I get an email every day with new tips for using Google, but they just sent one today, I think, on apps and extensions and add-ons. So I'll share that with everybody, so they might give you some new things to check out as well.
Awesome. Cool. All right, so let's go down the row, and let's start with Ronnie. Any questions? Concerns?
Sorry.
That's all right.
Yeah, no, I think I'm all right. I was doing this week. I had a little problem, but I was talking to Allison Litvack, and I think I figured it out. So, posting a calendar to my site.
Right.
So it looked like it wasn't working, but she said when you go back on, it will be embedded. So I have to try that out. As far as taking a test, I haven't decided whether or not I'm going to take it yet. I'm a little nervous about it, but hey, $10, I guess I can handle that.
Right. Yeah, give it a shot. I mean, you might surprise yourself. If you have good notes, use them. I know that some people were taking screenshots of the questions and the answers in the unit test, and I think you're probably going to see some of those come up in the exam. Another thing that what you guys kind of taught me is I really have to do a little more screencast work in how to embed a link or how to embed a screenshot from lots of different tools, because it's not always that simple in Blackboard. So that's something that is in the back of my head to fix for the next class. All right. Well, thank you, though. Trish?
I think I'm good. For the apps and extensions, are we going to have a sign-up sheet so we don't overlap?
Yes, I'm going to have the first one's going to be a slide presentation on it. So each slide, one of you will have a name, and then you're going to add your app. So you're going to want to get there early to put your name, your app on that, claim it. And then for week 8, I'm also going to put a sign-up sheet for the other app or extension so that we know what everybody's going to be doing for that last class. Okay? All right. Tracy?
I think I'm good. I think I'm going to go for the test, just try it out and see what happens.
Yeah, good. You should.
Where are we meeting in Weber that day that we meet? Are we meeting in the same room upstairs?
That's a good question. I'll double check on that
Okay.
and see which room Susan has booked.
Okay. Sounds good.
Okay. All right. Shantae.
Hi. I think I'm okay. I just I'm having a little trouble putting the screenshot into Blackboard. But so I'm just copying the link and inserting it there. But otherwise, everything seems to be okay.
Yeah, I think that that's probably the easiest thing is to take that link and put it in.
Mhm.
Because I can always take it and open it up in a browser or see it as a picture if you put it in there like that.
Okay.
If not, I'll let you know.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
All right, great. Thanks.
Thank you.
Got
No, I'm good. I think I'm gonna give the test a try. Got nothing to lose.
Right.
$10 is just a 6-pack of beer I don't get to buy for the week.
I'm sorry about that. I gave up drinking, so do it while you can.
I'll have Shantae get it for me.
No problem.
All right, Doug.
Yeah, I think I'm good. The only question I had was on the last day. How long is the presentation?
Oh, no more than 10 minutes. It shouldn't be more, Ben.
Okay.
Okay?
Mhm.
Okay, great. Nora.
I think I'm good also. I just, is there a date that we have to tell you by whether or not we're going to take the exam?
Nope. Nope.
Okay.
You can take the exam anytime you want.
Okay.
Okay? Just, like I said, if you pass, we want to know. If you fail, you can tell me too. And then, you can tell us what you thought was wrong with the test or what happened or, something like that.
Okay.
We want to know the good, the bad, and the ugly.
Hey, Bill,
Okay.
do you know if they
Yeah.
give you a permit or do they just say, congratulations, you passed?
Don says you knew right away.
Okay.
You knew right away if you passed.
All right.
It's like our exams in sites and calendar.
Okay.
Yeah. And last but not least, Pat.
I don't have any. Well, I guess I have a couple of questions from when I was booted off my entire to restart my router. But I'll get Shantae or Scott or Doug to fill me in. I think I'll probably take the test and see how it goes. I mean, I'm sure I'll obviously I'll have the highest score of all time on that test, and who will be thrilled with me. But why not? Give it a shot. Give it a shot. But can
I
we?
love the confidence.
It's completely false confidence, but at least you gotta fake it till you make it, I guess.
I was going to share a document with you with notes that I took for this. Now I'm not because you're awesome.
But for the now I forget my question. Oh well. When I think of it, I'll email you, Bill. But
that's fine.
It wasn't that important. It was just kind of a side note question.
That's fine. That's fine. No question is too small. All right. So let me stop the broadcast.